Hello and welcome to another video for Midas Touch Toys, Games and Collectibles. And today, well, we're looking at something that's now quite old, has become quite collectible, and is becoming more and more difficult to find, especially in this mint unopened condition. We are looking at the 1996 release by Simon & Schuster from their Star Trek series of books and merchandise. And this particular item we're looking at today is of the crew members exploration pack, and now this would have been items that were issued to Starfleet personnel as they boarded the USS Enterprise, and it was their accessories that they would have carried around with them. And obviously it's all based on the original Star Trek television series, which was created by Gene Roddenberry, and it followed the adventures of the starship USS Enterprise NCC 1701 and its crew. Now, the original television series ran from 1966 to 1969. It ran for 3 seasons, and there were 79 episodes. Now, the show was set in the Milky Way galaxy between 2266 and 2269. The ship and the crew are led by Captain James T. Kirk, as portrayed by William Shatner, with his first officer and science officer, Mr. Spock, as portrayed by Leonard Nimoy, and his chief medical officer, Dr. Leonard Bones McCoy, who was portrayed by DeForest Kelley. And the opening of the TV episodes had William Shatner's voice over the intro, which said, "Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before." Now, as I say, 3 series, 50-minute episodes, and 79 episodes produced. And the budget for season 1 was $190,000. The budget for season 2 was $185,000, and the budget for season 3 was $175,000. And if you put that into contrast, you wouldn't even get a episode made these days for that kind of money. Anyway, let's not digress any further. Let's have a look at the item in front of us, and this is the Star Trek, the original series, crew members exploration pack, as it says at the top of the box. And you can see an image of the USS Enterprise firing its phasers, and that is the classic Enterprise NCC 1701. And it says the pack contains ChromaDepth 3D glasses, star map, official fact file, glow-in-the-dark stickers, punch-out communicator, ID card, and a logbook. And this was released for the 30th anniversary of Star Trek. And on the bottom right hand corner, you've got Star Trek 30 years logo. Okay, that's the front of the box. Let's spin the box around to the back and let's see what we got printed on the back. Okay, so I turned the box over to the back, and this is what it says on the back. So it says Star Trek, the original series crew members exploration pack. Prepare yourself to boldly go where no man has gone before with your very own crew members exploration pack. This clever kit is chock full of a galaxy of items that every intrepid space explorer will need. So you've got the star map for charting a course through space. You've got the ChromaDepth 3D glasses, make any high contrast color image appear in 3D. You've got the glow-in-the-dark stickers and to place on your star map. Full color stickers to also place on your star map. You've got the Star Trek logbook for recording trip events and other data. The Star Trek fact file full of useful terms and instructions. Secret compartment in tray for storing small pack items. And press out communicator that actually flips open. Plus you've got your ID card. It said you'll also enjoy make your own Starship Klingon battle cruiser. Make your own Starship USS Enterprise. I can draw Star Trek, these are the voyages. And then you've got the bottom, you've got all the licensing and copyright information at the bottom there. You've got the ISBN number, the barcode, and on the bottom left-hand corner, you've got the Paramount logo. Okay, so that is the back of the box. I'm just going to drop the box down and we can see what we've got on the N on the top and bottom, which is both the same. It says Star Trek, the original series, crew members Exploration Pack. And on the ends, again, it's the same on both ends. It says Star Trek, the original series, crew members, Exploration Pack. Okay, that is the box. Now, I'm going to do what I shouldn't do. I'm going to open the box. We're going to take out the contents and we're going to have a look at each and every item that comes in this pack. Okay, so I've removed the contents of the box, and this is the first item that comes out the tray. And this is Star Trek Crew Members Exploration Pack. And then obviously the original series and the copyright mark at the top. You've got the USS Enterprise as it's turning. And it's got the official logbook, that's the front. And on the back, again, it's got little Simon. You've got all the copyright information at the back. Okay, let's open it up. So, inside, what have we got? So it says USS Enterprise official logbook. If you can see this clearly enough. Let's just angle the camera down slightly so we can get it all in. So crew member ID, street address, city, state, country, planet, solar system, date of birth, date, joined federation. So that's for you to fill in. And then you've got your official logbook so that you can fill all your logs in from what you've done and where you've been and so on. And I think, yeah, so it's like a diary, I suppose. So you've got all these, they're all blank pages, all the same. USS Enterprise, official logbook, crew member name, crew member Starfleet ID, the star date, and a signature at the bottom, and you've got the Delta badge logo on the right hand side. I don't know how many pages in there, but there's obviously quite a lot. It's quite a big book. Okay, what have we got next here? Okay, so we've got the star chart here. Now I'm going to come to that in a minute because that's big and I need space to open that up. So we come back to that in a moment. Okay, so here we have the Star Trek communicator. Well, I think that's part of the Star Trek communicator. And you've got your official Star Trek crew members ID pass there. Let's just zoom out a little bit so you can see everything. So, yeah, so you've got to do some gluing and some press out and assembly. It does tell you how it all goes together on the side there, and apparently it really flips open. So I suppose you just follow the instructions. Yeah, it's just take piece A and fold along score lines, pre-fold all score lines on B, folding out from the printed side except the middle tabs, which fold into center space. Glue end tabs of A under the short edge and space in B, then glue all the tabs on B, and so on. So that tells you how to make your communicator that really flips open. Okay, and then we've got some stickers here, and it says, so you can use these stickers on your star map, and it's got copyright 1996, Paramount Pictures, all right, reserved. So what have you got? So we got a lovely one of the Enterprise there. We got the Tholon ships there from the Tholon web. Again, the Enterprise towing the SS Botany Bay from Space Seed. Another image of the USS Enterprise. Then we got the Romulan Warbird, and that's be from Balance of Terror. We've got the Enterprise going into that single cell, which is also from the immunity syndrome. There's another image of the Romulan Warbird. Again, I think that's from Balance of Terror. And then you've got the Klingon battle cruiser, and that could be from a number of different episodes. And then you've got the Viserys from Where No Man Has Gone. Is it? Yeah, I think it's from When No Man Has Gone. No, it was from, I can't remember the episode, but it's the one with Baylock as the little boy who is the captain of the Viserys. Okay, so that's the stickers there. And then we have here, I'll just drop that down. What does that say here? So we have the crew members exploration pack. Oh, there's some more stickers here before we look at that. So what have we got here? I can't see. It looks like they're, oh, these are the clear stickers. So they, yeah, so they're just outline stickers. So you can stick them onto your star chart to show where they've gone. and they're obviously different to these ones that are on here. Okay, so we've got Star Trek Crew Members Exploration Pack, Official Fact File. Star Trek Original Series Official Fact File, I should say. So, and you got all the some issues to copyright information and so on the left-hand side. So the contents, you've got Starfleet, the USS Enterprise, Warp Speed, the key crew members, Captain Kirk, Spock, Dr. McCoy, Montgomery Scott, Uhura, Pavel, Antrovich, Chekhov, Hikaru Sulu, Christine Chapel, and Janice Rand. The equipment, communicator, phaser, transporter, tricorder, anti-grav, ear receiver, hypo spray, alien friends and foes, Vulcans, Romulans, Klingons, the Klingon language, life forms and aliens, and you've got a quiz. So that tells you all about Starfleet, that tells you all about the USS Enterprise and what's on each deck. And there's, again, a nice image of the Enterprise, and it tells you about warp speed. And you've got Captain Kirk, Mr. Spock, these are their bios, Dr. McCoy, Scotty, Lieutenant Uhura, Chekhov, Sulu, Nurse Chapel, and Janice Rand. And then you've got the equipment, the communicator, the phaser, the transporter, the tricorder, the anti-grav, the ear receiver, and the hypo spray. And then you've got the Vulcan friends and foes, and there's a Vulcan sign there. The Romulans and the Klingons. Klingon language. The Klingon is the official language of the Klingon Empire. And that, well, kind of like tells you how to pronounce it and what the words are and what they mean. Life forms and aliens encountered by the Enterprise. There's 2 pages of that, in actual fact. I was just looking to see if Baylock was on there, but he's not. But there's pretty much Tribbles are on there. Tholons, Preservers, the Orions, the Magatu, the Ioatians, the Horta, the Borgia plant, the Dry Worm, Ill Birds, Gorgon. Yeah. And then we got the crew member quiz. Where is Starfleet Command located? What year was USS Enterprise launched? Who first commanded the Enterprise? How many decks does Enterprise have? And so on. So, and the answers are all at the bottom of the page there. And there's a hidden compartment under here, which has the 3D glasses. And these are those glasses that make everything look 3D, apparently. Although, yeah, whether they do or not, let's stand that book up and let's see if that looks 3D. Yeah, it's difficult to see it through the camera. If I look through, if I put the glasses on, it does actually, yeah, it does make it look a little bit, yeah, it does. It definitely makes it look 3D. But you can't actually see that, unfortunately, unless I can put, no, you can't see it through the camera, unfortunately, but it does make everything look 3D. Okay, that's that. Now let's go and have a look at the star chart. Okay, so this is the star chart that comes in the pack, and it is huge. I mean, you're looking at 60 centimeters in width and 80 centimeters in length. So it is huge. It is thick, glossy paper, which is almost like vinyl. I mean, it's that thick paper, and it's really, really nice and smooth, obviously because it's full gloss. So your stickers that come in the pack can go wherever you like. So you can put your Tholon ships on there, attacking the Enterprise, or you can have your Romulan warbirds on there, or you can have your Klingon bird of prey on there. They all come with the pack, and then you've got those other stickers that I couldn't quite open to show you properly, but you can put those, they're more or less in silhouettes, but you can put those anywhere you like on the star chart as well. You don't have to. You can put them wherever you like. You can put them on your mantelpiece if you wanted to, or on your walls. It's entirely up to you. Okay, so that is the star chart. As I say, really, really nice, glossy, and feels almost like it's vinyl. Okay, so that is everything in the explanation pack. So we've been through everything. So we've looked at the star map, which is huge. We saw the ChromaDepth 3D glasses, which make everything look like they're in 3D. We looked at the glow-in-the-dark stickers, which are what these ones are. They're glow-in-the-dark stickers, but they're in silhouette, so they're difficult to see without them being stuck onto the images, onto the star map. We saw the full-colour stickers, which are these ones. We looked at the logbook for recording your trip events and other data. We looked at the fact files, which is full of useful information, and the secret compartment in the tray, which is where the glasses were kept. And we looked at the press out communicator and how it goes together, and the ID card, which comes on that same sheet with the communicator. Okay, that is the contents of this set. Now, you're going to ask me how well these did back in the day. Well, 1996, it was a big year for Star Trek. It was the 30th anniversary. Star Trek at that point was still the biggest franchise, sci-fi franchise in the world. It hadn't quite lost out to Star Wars yet. It still held it until about 97, 98. When Star Wars reissued the original 3 movies to the cinema, and then announced the production of 3 new movies, which turned out to be the prequel movies. But at this point, when all this was being released, Star Trek was the biggest sci-fi franchise in the world. There was merchandise. 30th anniversary spawned so much merchandise, it was unreal. There was literally merchandise everywhere. We had the shop, still had the shop in 1996, and there was so much Star Trek stuff that was constantly coming in from our suppliers because it was the 30th anniversary year. In fact, there's so much stuff we couldn't even put it on the shelves. We had no room. It was coming in and going into the back until we had shelf space for it to come out. So merchandise was just everywhere. Simon & Schuster, well, we was getting all our books through Simon & Schuster. We was getting all of our audio cassettes through Simon & Schuster. We was getting all of our audio CDs through Simon & Schuster, and lots of other things they did. They done some keyring, done quite an awful lot of merchandise, and this was part of their Star Trek merchandise. And obviously these were done in big numbers. I don't quite know how many were produced, but they were multi production numbers. So but then again, these particular items were not made to survive. They were made to be used, the star charts to go up on the wall and stickers to go on them, the books to be wrote in and filled in, and so on. So they're made to be used. So mass-produced items generally, like these, don't seem to last and or last the test of time. However, because 30 years, the 30th anniversary in 96, Star Trek Original Series was already collector's items. So I suppose a lot of these have survived because they are actually collector's items. And well, next year is the 60th anniversary of Star Trek. So, you know, we're 30 years on since, almost 30 years on since these were produced. So time has flown dramatically. So there we are. So yes, they were mass produced. Yes, they sold fantastically. And yes, pretty much everybody was into Star Trek at the time and they bought one. We literally got through boxes and boxes and boxes of these when we had the shop. Okay, let's move forward now to 2025. We're moving forward 29 years to today's date. Do these come up for sale very often on the platforms? And the answer to that is, yeah, they still come up semi-regularly. Not as often as they did, or they have been over the last 10 years. They are becoming less and less frequently they come up on the platforms. And less and less frequently in this mint sealed condition. Well, this was mint and sealed before I opened the box to show you the contents, but obviously it's still mint and it will be put back together again and resealed up. But finding them like this on the platforms, as I say, most of them have been opened. You do get the odd one or two which pop up saying brand new, still sealed. but a lot of them are already been opened, and you did see a few of them that had already had the communicator made up and was taken apart again, and the ID card had been separated, and some of the stickers have been used. So just bear that in mind. If you are looking at the buy on the platform, do be a bit careful, because somebody's idea of good condition could be somebody else's idea of acceptable condition, and some of the platforms use stock images and photographs, so you could think you're ordering new but actually ordering used. So just be a bit careful. And price wise as well, these haven't really changed. I mean, there's not a lot of price difference in these now to what they were when they were released in 1996. So it is one of those items that haven't really increased in value, but is still a superb collector's item. Obviously now we managed to find a few of these when we bought out some shop stock, and this was part of a comic book shop that had these on the shelf, and they had quite a few over the years, but when they closed down and we bought out all their stock, there was about half a dozen of these that were still on their shelves, and we have those half a dozen, and as of today they are available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It takes you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Star Trek items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive that this is something that you're not going to want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new items which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there is something in particular you're looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky that you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful, wonderful Star Trek crew members exploration pack with me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next video. So bye for now.